Yo! Summer is almost over around these parts and it's about to be school time for a lot of young people. And a common request I get is to give advice for people in school, whether in high school or college. And while I do have a lot of college experience, you should know that I did not graduate from college, so I can't claim to be the expert at being successful at college. I did go through it for many years and I did learn some things, and I will share that with you now. Well, first of all, let's talk about high school. The first thing to try to keep in mind when you're in high school is that high school is nothing like real life. So don't stress yourself out about it, because the real shit comes much later. Okay, now if you're in high school and you are interested in going to college or university, you should do whatever you need to do to make decent grades. Depending on your school and the quality of education in your area, this could involve a lot of studying and tutoring and things like that, or it could just involve showing up enough time. But just take it one day at a time and try not to worry too much. In 10 years, you will have forgotten almost everything that happened in high school. And the things you do remember will probably embarrass you. I encourage you, however, to try your best to get into the things that you're being taught at school. I know the boring teachers can ruin school for you, but just try. I promise you, math and science and history and literature are all super interesting and amazing, I promise. And I wish I'd known that when I was in high school. Try to ask questions, involve yourself in the material, do your own research, just try to get into it. On the social side of high school, of course, there's gonna be that high school drama. It's inevitable because everyone is fucking crazy. But just try to be assertive, but at the same time show respect for people, because generally people will show respect back. Stand up for people who need help and keep a smile on your face even when you're not happy. And don't spend a lot of time looking for love, because you probably won't find it in high school, and even if you do, you probably have no idea how to deal with it. This is not a John Green book. Now, the first thing you have to realize about college is that college is not the same as high school. When you first get there, it might seem very similar to high school, but it sure ain't. In high school, especially public high school, your teachers and your school have a vested interest in your success. They need you to make good grades and do well on exams so they can keep their jobs and get more funding for their schools. In college, though, your professors could give a fuck less whether or not you pass their class. In most cases, they're not going to go the extra mile to help you succeed. The ball is entirely in your court. Another very important difference between high school and college is that in college, you don't have to go to class if you don't want to. In high school, if you skip class, you probably get in trouble if you get caught. But in college, it's fucking whatever. And that's both a good and bad thing. It's bad if you're a lazy procrastinator, because there's nothing stopping you from just staying in bed instead of going to class. You do this enough times in a semester and you can very quickly fall behind or even fail a class. On the other hand, if you're ahead in your studies and you can afford to take Friday off to get an early start on a weekend road trip, then who cares? Do it. Also, if you're just starting college, or even if you're a few years in, don't feel pressured to know exactly what you want to do with your life. In fact, even if you think you know what you want to do with your life, I think you should explore other options for a few years when you get started. It's usually pretty easy to switch majors, so I say get your core classes out of the way, but at the same time, take a bunch of electives. Even take things that you would never thought that you would be into. Try random stuff like Greek and Roman mythology, intro to scuba diving, interpretive dance. You never know what's gonna stick out. Now, the social aspect of college is way different than high school. If you live on or near campus, which I recommend if you have the option, you have pretty much ultimate freedom. There's no parents to answer to. You can stay up as long as you want. You can act however you want. You'll find that the social dichotomy of cool, popular people and unpopular, uncool people that often exists in high school is pretty much non-existent in college. Everyone is surrounded by strangers and no one is 100% comfortable. My advice would be to try to be as social as your energy allows, just so long as it doesn't harm your studies. Meet as many different kinds of people as you can, expand your horizons, don't just stick to the same groups. Now, I'm not saying be reckless, definitely be thoughtful about the things that you do, and if something makes you too uncomfortable, by all means GTFO. But there are going to be a lot of YOLO moments in college, and a lot of times they make for some awesome memories and lasting friends. Another big thing that happens in college is partying and drinking. Now, either you're gonna drink or you're not gonna drink, or maybe you already drink, but Either way, it's 100% your choice to make, and no one should make you feel bad either way. But just try not to be stupid, and don't drink and drive. Finally, another thing to keep in mind about college is that it is not for everyone. If you're like me and you go to college for a while and you decide it's not for you, there's no shame in dropping out. Just keep in mind that you still have to find a way to make money so you can like eat. But even though I didn't finish college, I would never say that it was time wasted. I learned a lot of great things and I met a lot of great people and I discovered a lot of great passions. That's just me though. What should the next video be about? Drop a comment. I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers. How you doing? Please press the like button. Subscribe if you like my hair. Holla.